Welcome to English Practice Every Day. In this video, we will understand the meanings of these 5 phrasal verbs and practice them with simple sentences. After practice, we will read out loud a short story using these phrasal verbs to understand them better in context. Let's start. Please speak out loud with me as we practice. 1. Ease off. Ease off means to become less severe or intense. Ease off means to become less severe or intense. The storm finally began to ease off. The storm finally began to ease off. The traffic eased off around midnight. The traffic eased off around midnight. The rain started to ease off after an hour. The rain started to ease off after an hour. The pain in my leg eased off with some rest. The pain in my leg eased off with some rest. Second meaning of ease off is to reduce effort or pressure. Ease off means to reduce effort or pressure. Sam eased off his workouts as he felt tired. Sam eased off his workouts as he felt tired. We can ease off now that the deadline has passed. We can ease off now that the deadline has passed. Joe eased off the accelerator as he neared the town. Joe eased off the accelerator as he neared the town. The teacher eased off on homework during the holidays. The teacher eased off on homework during the holidays. 2. Abide by. Abide by means to follow, obey, or accept a rule, law, or decision. Abide by means to follow, obey, or accept a rule, law, or decision. You must abide by the school's dress code. You must abide by the school's dress code. Tourists are expected to abide by local laws. Tourists are expected to abide by local laws. Both countries agreed to abide by the peace treaty. Both countries agreed to abide by the peace treaty. We all agreed to abide by the team captain's decision. We all agreed to abide by the team captain's decision. 3. Call after. Call after means to name someone or something after another person or thing, often as a tribute or in honor. Call after means to name someone or something after another person or thing, often as a tribute or in honor. He called his boat after his wife, Maria. He called his boat after his wife, Maria. My daughter was called after my mother. My daughter was called after my mother. The dog was called after a movie character. The dog was called after a movie character. The building was called after the city's founder. The building was called after the city's founder. 4. Back down. Back down means to withdraw from a position or argument, or to admit defeat, often due to pressure or opposition. Back down means to withdraw from a position or argument, or to admit defeat, often due to pressure or opposition. Jim backed down when he saw he was wrong. Jim backed down when he saw he was wrong. The company backed down after public protests. The company backed down after public protests. The bully backed down when others stood up to him. The bully backed down when others stood up to him. Ivy backed down after her parents explained the risks. Ivy backed down after her parents explained the risks. 5. Damp down. Damp down means to reduce or lessen the strength or intensity of something, like emotion or excitement. Damp down means to reduce or lessen the strength or intensity of something, like emotion or excitement. Mia damped down her anger before speaking. Mia damped down her anger before speaking. Leo damped down the criticism with a polite apology. Leo damped down the criticism with a polite apology. The government tried to damp down fears of inflation. The government tried to tamp down fears of inflation. The speaker tried to tamp down the crowd's excitement. The speaker tried to tamp down the crowd's excitement. Another meaning of tamp down is to make something slightly wet to control heat or flames. Tamp down means to make something slightly wet to control heat or flames. The rain helped damp down the forest fire. The rain helped damp down the forest fire. We damped down the fire with a little water. We damped down the fire with a little water. He damped down the coals before going to bed. He damped down the coals before going to bed. The firefighters damped down the burning embers. The firefighters damped down the burning embers. That's the end of our practice. Let's now read out loud a short story using all these phrasal verbs in their proper context. Title of the story: The Forest Fire. It was a hot summer day in a small village near the forest. The sun was strong and the heat was intense. Around noon, thick smoke rose from the trees. A fire had broken out in the forest. Villagers rushed to help. Tom, a young firefighter, grabbed his gear and ran toward the smoke. "This fire looks bad," he said. "We need to act fast." The wind made the flames grow quickly. Tom and his team sprayed water and tried to tamp down the fire. The rain from the night before had helped a bit, but now they had to work hard. They threw water on the coals to damp down the burning embers. After 2 long hours, the fire began to ease off. The flames were not so wild anymore. The smoke started to clear. Tom sighed in relief. "Let's keep working until the fire eases off completely," he told his team. Back in the village, Emma and Jack were watching the news. They were worried. Their newborn baby was only a few days old. Jack looked at his daughter and smiled. "Let's call her after Grandma, Rose," he said. "She was strong and kind." Emma nodded. "Yes, let's call her Rose. Grandma would be proud." Later that evening, there was a town meeting. The mayor said, "We must abide by safety rules to prevent fires. No more campfires near the forest." Some villagers were upset. One man stood up and shouted, "But we have had campfires for years." The mayor stayed calm. "This fire could have reached our homes. We must abide by the new rules for everyone's safety." After some discussion, the angry man backed down. "You're right," he said. "It's for the best." The next day, reporters came to interview Tom. "How did you stay calm during the fire?" one asked. Tom replied, "I had to damp down my fear. If I panicked, I couldn't help anyone." The reporter nodded. "The fire seems under control now." Tom smiled. "Yes, it's starting to ease off, but we will stay alert." Later, Tom visited Emma and Jack. "I heard you call the baby after Grandma Rose," he said. Emma smiled. "Yes, we did." Tom gently rocked the baby. "She's beautiful." Just then, thunder rumbled in the distance. The wind cooled. The air felt fresh. "It looks like the storm will help tamp down any leftover fire," Tom said. They all watched the clouds. Slowly, the rain began to fall. Jack looked outside. "The storm's not too strong. It's just enough to help." Emma added, "And maybe now the heat will ease off a bit too." They laughed. After a long and stressful day, peace returned to the village. End of story. That's the end of our phrasal verb session. I urge you to keep practicing them in your daily speech to reinforce your understanding. Bye for now.